We are now on day 1074. 1074! Woohoo! Since the initial reveal trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4 and Missing Link back on April 10th, 2022. Feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? We've all been through stuff. It feels so long ago, but yet not too far away at the same time. We've been sitting here patiently waiting for Kingdom Hearts 4. We've been getting some news updates about Missing Link. We've had a beta. We've had a few more trailers come out, but that game is being just as mysterious, if not more. And I think the community is just kind of getting fed up with it at this point. I've been seeing tweets throughout the entire wait saying, hey, when's it gonna be coming back? When's it gonna be coming back? Helpful, fun discussion at first, but now it's getting to the point of just like, what the fuck, dude? But what if I told you this is not a new thing? In fact, this has been a problem for quite a while. Not just with Kingdom Hearts 4, not just with the Kingdom Hearts series, but with Square Enix in general. Square Enix has a fun habit, if you will, of announcing games right when they start development. The moment someone even mentions the name, they go ahead, make a pre-rendered CGI trailer of what they think the game might be, put it out to the public, and then just go silent for years and years on end, endlessly waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Kingdom Hearts 3 was a legendary game, way before it was even announced in 2013. The wait between Kingdom Hearts 2 in 2006 and the announcement in 2013 was about 7 years. People didn't care about these other games that were coming out on these handheld systems at the time. They were good games, yes, but to the general public, it was just annoying. The general public only cared about where's Kingdom Hearts 3, where's Kingdom Hearts 3. It was kind of like Half-Life 3 in the sense of one of those games that like seemed to never come out. But when it got announced in 2013, people were excited. People were hyped. We're ready to finally have this legendary game in our laps, now in development. No release date given, not even a hint of when it was going to come out. They were telling you the truth right in that statement. Now in development. That trailer was only a concept trailer to show you what the game might be. Get used to hearing that. We got another trailer in 2013, and basically every year we only got like one Kingdom Hearts trailer, either at E3 or D23. They also had to switch engines deep in development from Luminous, which was causing them a lot of problems at the time, to Unreal Engine 4. We would be waiting months and months and years for just a new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. We did have some interviews with Nomura in the meantime. We also had 2.5 releasing and the Key Saga going on at the same time, and the eventual release of 2.8. Kind of like living in Candyland compared to this. But the meme did persist of when's Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out, when's Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out. Then it finally did, and the rest is history. Kingdom Hearts 4 has had one piece of media for its entire development, that being the initial reveal trailer almost 3 years ago, which, you guessed it, is a concept trailer showing what the game might look like, not running on the game's final engine. It's running on Unreal Engine 4 instead of the game's Unreal Engine 5. We had one interview with Nomura in Game Informer, we had Rest in Peace, and some other offhand comments from Nomura in another interview. And that's been it. That's all he fucking wrote. Missing Link has had a private closed beta, a new trailer dropped with another beta, and then another beta on top of that, a massive delay, and yeah, that's where we're at on that too. But hey, they said pre-registration is starting soon. That was 9 months ago, yes, but you know, soon is a relative term. That's putting it very briefly though. If you want the full details on that, check out my Curious Case of Missing Link video. But those are just the Kingdom Hearts examples. These other games, oh boy. Final Fantasy XV, the most infamous example of this, or should I say, Versus 13. Right after Kingdom Hearts 2 was finished, Nomura went on to work on this game that was part of the Fabula Nova Crystallis, the shared universe of games for Final Fantasy 13 that didn't really work out. The game was to be Final Fantasy Versus 13. He came up with the concept and the characters, made a pre-rendered trailer. Nomura's whole life is pre-rendered. He showed it off at TGS 2006, and then we heard nothing from it for like 3 years. Oh god, no. Square Enix staff members would be constantly asked in interviews about Versus 13, and they would continually say, we're working on it, it's coming, it's in development. We got one new trailer for it in 2009, and then after that, it basically became vaporware. That was until 2012 when they saw the PlayStation 4 and its specs, and they realized that the things that they were planning for this game were actually much bigger than they could for like a spin-off title, so they decided to make it a full-on numbered Final Fantasy, and that's when it transitioned over to Final Fantasy 15. The renaming was announced alongside Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2013, and we got some sporadic updates here and there. Then they gave them more to do. I think he was getting a little bit too ambitious with this title, and they wanted him working on Kingdom Hearts 3. They got Tabata as director on the title, and it eventually came out in 2016, a heavily revised version of what the original vision was. from 10 years prior, one of the longest still in history. Final Fantasy XIII is kind of a similar case, but not really, only about 3.5 years. It was announced in 2006 alongside the release of the PlayStation 3, and they had started development 2 years before. I'm guessing they were planning for a little bit smoother of a development process on that, but it turns out that working on HD consoles is a bitch, and the engine that they made for this game was also a bitch. It took longer to make than expected, and they also had to make it for the Xbox 360 to recoup the enormous cost that they had sunk into this thing. Still took about 3.5 years from announcement to release. Dragon Quest XII. It's a game that exists. I don't know that for sure, though. Don't quote me on that. Dragon Quest XII, The Flames of Fate, was announced in 2021. They showed a pre-rendered trailer that told us nothing about the game, really, at all. We have heard zilch about the game since. Absolutely nothing. They honestly have it worse than us Kingdom Hearts fans. At least we have a trailer showing some kind of gameplay, even if it's not real. All we really know is that there's been some turnover in the Dragon Quest camp, and with the death of Toriyama and how involved he was in the series, it's kind of in an awkward position. Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's another game that was hyped beyond belief before it was even announced. There was a PS3 tech demo of it that made people really want a remake of this game, and 10 years later, they finally announced that they were making it. They announced it with another pre-rendered trailer. They revealed some gameplay in 2015. They were working with an external developer, CyberConnect 2, on the combat for the game, but they kicked them off eventually, so that's a lot of things back. They were also getting so ambitious with this game that they had to split it up into 3 parts, and the first part was taking so much time in of itself. Took about 5 years from announcement to release. 5 agonizing. So if you ever wondered why being a Square Enix fan is so frustrating, it's because they've just been announcing these games right when they start development. There's no one specific reason, but I have a few theories. Theory number 1 is that it gets ahead of leaks. Leaks in the gaming industry are very prevalent. They're kind of like a fact of life. Any big game will probably get leaked by word of mouth or someone in the company wanting to leak information for money or clout. So to not ruin the surprise and have them do it on their terms, they announce the games as early as they can. Square Enix likes to do big reveals for their stuff, so maybe they want to keep it under control to have that big surprise. Theory number 2 is that it helps with sales, because each game that I've shown to you today has had multiple millions of copies sold. Even in the first week, they can sell millions and millions of copies. And a lot of that is drawn from just the hype cycle. These games become legendary over time. They become larger than life. So everyone's like, okay, I gotta see what all the hullabaloo is about at this point. Why did it take so long to come out? I gotta see how amazing this game's gotta be for it being 10 years in development. But it doesn't equal out the development costs sometimes, because Square Enix likes to invest money into their RPGs, let me tell you what. Theory number 3 is that it helps the stock price. Shareholders like to be in the know about what games are being made and when they're coming out. And especially for a company that takes so long to make games like Square Enix and how big of an investment they make into their projects, I think shareholders would like to know that they're working on this stuff. It keeps the stock price high, and therefore they want to announce it early. One common denominator that I found is that most of them involve Nomura in some way. If he's not the director or the producer, he pushes the boundaries with whatever he tries to do. I love the man, but there is a common denominator among this. Now that we have the context out of the way, let's have a discussion. Is this a good thing? No, I hate it. I'm the kind of guy that wants to see what a game is and not what it might be. And when you announce these games super early, you have to show concept footage because you don't have enough stuff done yet to where you can actually show what the game will be. You're still in the early phases of figuring out what exactly that is. So it builds false expectations of what the game is going to be. It also just draws the wait out so long. It makes the wait for it so excruciating. I like knowing that it's in development, but I would much rather like knowing it's in development for a shorter time and have to wait a shorter time, even if it takes longer behind the scenes. I would just like a shorter wait in the public, that's all. And what makes it so much more infuriating is that games just keep on getting longer and longer to make, especially these big ass RPGs that Square Enix are wanting to make. And it's gonna keep on getting that way if they push it. So it's just gonna keep on getting worse from here on out if they keep announcing it this early. Final Fantasy XVI is the perfect example of what they should be doing. That game's first trailer was not a pre-rendered thing. It was in-game footage, and they actually had stuff to show at that point because they've been working on it for a little bit. They gave some sporadic updates throughout the years, but it wasn't too long in between. They gave us fairly regular updates in comparison to what we get now. They even put out a demo for it right before it came out, which was kind of cool. It was a little under 3 years from announcement to release, and I know that you can't predict what happens in game development, but they did wait until they actually had something to show for that game. I would love for them to just do that in the future. That'd be perfect. Square Enix aren't the only one that does this. Pretty much all gaming companies, if they have a major franchise, if a game starts development, they announce it right there. But Square Enix are just the biggest culprits of this, and I just wish they would stop. It's making the hype around everything Square Enix just so infuriating. I used to think it was exciting that we got an early glimpse into what people were working on, but games just take so long to make nowadays, and they just draw the weight out for so long because of it, and it's just not fun anymore. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm a YouTuber. I talk about information about games on the internet, so when there isn't any, I guess I go a little bit cranky, and it makes it a little bit worse for me than it would be for you. I don't know. But hey, the game sells millions of copies, so what do I know? Anyways, that's just my opinion. Tell me down in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think that they should stop this practice? Do you think that games should be announced later rather than sooner? And when do you think Kingdom Hearts 4 and Missing Link are actually going to come out? Should have subscribed, like this video, follow me on Twitter. Really awesome if you did. This has been Matt, and I will see you guys in the next video, whatever that's going to be. So yeah, bye.